Hi there. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the different questions we can ask ourselves to see if we're ready for that divinely guided relationship, union within and without. I'm not talking about the relationships, that want to fill up the void and we fill up their voids and it's a karmic lesson. I'm talking about the ones that after we've healed our inner child, we've integrated all those parts of ourselves that we are looking from that specific someone, that special someone, we are now ready to be in physical union. So some questions we can ask ourselves are these. First, one question is this. Do I feel safe in asking for what it is I want from myself and others, no matter who that other person is? And what do I mean by no matter who that other person is? Sometimes we can self-deceive ourselves, not purposely, however it's subconsciously done, that we feel safe with people that we don't really appreciate or respect, or maybe we take for granted and we're not afraid of losing. So it's easy for us to ask from them what it is we want. But then when it comes to other people that we are more, not feeling safe for them to be there, and we might feel that worried that if we are not pleasing them, they might abandon us and reject us, and we don't ask them for what we want, then that means it's a clear indication that we can work on receiving more by actually allowing to ask for what we want, by first allowing to feel through the fear of rejection and abandonment. Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. So it's not about to ask or not to ask at all. It's more about who we become through this process. So, yeah. And then we would want to go on the other spectrum and check this out. How comfortable do I feel when others ask me to have their needs met? Is it easy for me to say no if I mean no, and yes if I mean yes, and maybe if I'm not sure, and to change my mind if I did say yes in one moment and then I saw I was not self-honoring? Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. The next question I would like to ask myself is, how easy is it for me to set boundaries? Which means somebody is doing something that is not feeling honoring and loving and good. Is it easy for me to actually say in a loving way, hey, so therefore not create a heart wall, but a boundary, hey, you know what, that makes me feel this way. And I wanted to share that with you because our connection is important for me. How easy is it to put loving boundaries? Or do I revert in suppressing what bothers me and minimizing it, and then exploding with, projecting that anger on the other person, or passively aggressively just keeping my distance, right? So what is it I do? And of course, the more and more I observe the relationship I have with myself, then, and I want to grow through that and connect with those parts of myself and love those parts of myself, I'm actually becoming the relationship I'm looking for, right? That's when we're playing the game of awareness, consciousness, of awakening, of quantum shifting. We're too busy focusing on how to love and be loved and interconnect and interrelate with all of those parts of ourselves that focusing on the outer world, if no one's there or if someone's there that it doesn't feel good, becomes secondary, because primary relationship we have is with ourselves. And while we're focusing on that primarily, everything else kind of falls into place on its own. And this is the actual method, the game that I'm teaching in my courses that I will be posting in the description box underneath. And I always want you to check the description boxes in case you're interested in courses, because I will be updating them all the time with new courses. And for this video that we're talking about boundaries, we're talking about fulfilling our needs, we're talking about inner child healing, connecting with the divine feminine within and the divine masculine within, I'll be creating courses on these topics as well. So if you're interested in anything else or in the one we're talking today about and want more information, please don't hesitate to contact me, subscribe and ring the bell notification, like this video, share it, and contact me on social media so that way I can actually create more specific content that you prefer. And of course, games, which are the courses, right? So, about the boundary, as long as we're taking care of what is needing care from within, our relationship with ourselves is safe, and therefore our relationship with the other is safe. And in order to be able to, place loving boundaries, we need to have healed our trauma. And that's the third. The third question we'd like to ask ourselves is, how connected do we feel with our inner child, and how aware are we of our trauma? So trauma healing and inner child healing kind of go hand in hand, because the more the more we heal our inner child, it actually directs us to our trauma. And the more aware we are of trauma and how it looks like, the way we do heal it is through healing the inner child. That's the process. And so trauma could be from different, events that took place. Everybody's trauma is specialized. It's specific. It's, it's actually it's like a fingerprint, right? It's never the same with anybody else. Even if they had the exact sequence of events that happened in their lives, their perspective and their filters are totally different. So therefore, how it impacted them is different. Who they became through it is different. And once we actually use the trauma as an opportunity to unveil our hidden gift, because in the trauma we have the hidden gift of both the relationship blueprint we're looking for, the divine relationship we're looking for, and our mission on earth. And our ultimate health is actually locked in there. The moment we make the trauma our destination to self-love, we say, yes, I'm going there no matter what to love me fully, which means actually going to our Hades, our hell, and loving us there. Wow. Congratulations. You are your hero of your story. Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. And so by willingly wanting to go in our trauma and get us there, to love us in the most, darkest of places, which is actually also going through shadow work. When we experience ego death, we actually that process helps us get ourselves to the core of our trauma. Once we get there, we actually start liberating our inner child. So then our fourth question would be, how connected do I feel with my inner child? Do I listen to its needs? Does it want its wants? It's no, it's yes, it's pleasures, it's, wanting, what specific fulfilling life, not what everybody else wants, which direction, what tools, what, I don't know, what books, what flavors, the taste, what, what hobbies I love. The playfulness within me, is it activated? So I can know if I'm connected with my inner child. Do I know how to connect with my inner child on a daily basis? Is it something that feels comfortable to me, or is it something that, I know it cognitively, but I don't even know what that means? So those are some questions I'd like to ask myself. And then the fifth, I think we're on the fifth now, would be, how connected am I to my divine feminine? Am I aware of my wounded feminine? Do I know how to love myself, emotionally connect with myself? How creative do I feel? How sexual do I feel? How safe do I feel in my body? How empathic am I? How soft am I with myself and others? How empathic and soft am I on my body when something triggers me? How welcoming am I of penetrative and, energy and information? How receiving am I? How much do I trust that things will work out for me and I lean back and soften? Am I aware of my wounded feminine, my desperate needs, my hunger, my thirst for life and love, and everything it is that I want? Am I aware, or do I shame myself? I'd like to look at that. Shame. How connected with me am I in feeling all my feelings and emotions, and then embody, be embodiment? How flexible am I? Those are beautiful questions. And then the sixth, how connected am I to my divine masculine within? We all have both energies. And the more integrated we are, we allow them to dance together. And as long as we allow them to dance together, we are actually co-creating with life, with God, with universe. And that is the version of ourselves that can give us everything, fulfill our needs, our wants. This is the pathway, the journey to embodying our fulfilled life, version of self that is experiencing our fulfilled life. So, how aware am I of my wounded masculine? Have I forgiven my mother for the wounded feminine that I forgot before? Have I embraced and loved her? Have I forgiven me and my wounded father, right? Wounded mother, wounded feminine, there for my mother, wounded masculine, there for my father, or my caregivers, or brothers and sisters, or teachers. How aware am I of whatever wounds, right, I'm expecting them to still heal? And am I loving myself there? Have I reparented my inner child? Raised my inner child in a way that it feels safe? Does my divine feminine within feel protected? Feel that she's held with presence from within? That when she needs, or my inner child needs something, my inner masculine can give it? Or does he withdraw love? Or does he punish? Does he attack? Where is my divine masculine in my life? How are my relationships with other men? And from my divine feminine, how are my relationships with other women? So, yeah, if I have healed my wounded masculine, therefore, I'm able to fulfill my needs. And the more I'm connected with my masculine too, the doer, the provider, the one that's present, the protector, the more I'm connected with those energies within me, and I could lean back and feel safe. by emotionally simulating the divine masculine. Now I am actually shifting my frequency, right, towards the direction of my fulfilled version, experiencing my fulfilled life. And it's vibrational, which means not positive thinking. It's being able to be at peace, and at peace means my polarities are in union, they're dancing together. And when I'm in turbulence, there's an opportunity for me to deepen my connection in my hell and my shadows more and more with me, to expand even more in peace of integration, an integrated peace. So the one part of myself. So yes, that's the 7th question. How open am I to being curious about life and growth and being present in my body, being in the here and now? How easy is it for me to be in the here and now and enjoy life without needing to do anything, without needing to fix, change, heal? How about am I able to just experience life and live it and feel safe that whatever happens, I either am here embodied in the now, or I'm curious in deepening my connection with myself through the shadows, right, through the darkness. And therefore I'm just present in the positive, in the negative, and sharing this with the divine, sharing this with God. Am I connected? The 8th question. Am I connected to God and the universal abundance, the infinity itself? Am I connected? Do I know how to allow universe and God to take over? I could call it God or universe or source. How you feel it. Am I allowing for me to just surrender and let go and allow the infinite universe to take lead, to show me what needs to be expressed through me? So those are the 8 questions you can ask yourself to see if you are ready to embody, experience, fulfill your divine union, and actually your divine life, your fulfilled version of self, living your fulfilled life.